YouTube, I'm back. Let me take a sip of water. It's hot. Important to drink water. Okay. So I was at the 12th letter, I think. Let me bring that closer. So the 12th letter, I think is that. Yeah. I will be telling you here of information and the roles of animal as well as humankind. Yes, in my next letter. I will write about how animals benefit from this as well as how man can also. I know that you must be impatient to read these letters. I will only touch here the grosso modo, rough, of how some changes in your living habits may help you greatly. The knowledge that you have gained can be used for your benefit. If you are farming, you will soon see the benefits of using, without detriment to your income, the law of the sacred mission. And since the ultimate food turns out to be better because of the new life that will exist in the soil, this will extend to the health of those eating these foods. Also, the same benefits that reach the plants and soil can also be beneficial to man. Upon being aware of the need of electricity flowing through the body of man, can then adapt to the requirement for this happening to him and reap the benefit of health. 21st letter, animals and their relationship to the sacred mission. Animals must accomplish their sacred mission by exchange of electricity in their own particular way. They also capture the electricity currents of conduction and transmit them to the earth. It is because of this natural occurrence that they gain the right to natural, normal, and therefore healthy life. How do animals transmit this electricity if they do not have leaves with points nor roots connected to the earth? Nature, as usual, has things. The points on animals are the extremities of their hair or fur, as well as the ends of other pointed parts of their body. The electricity is transferred through their feet, grounded to the earth, or by their whole body if they are lying down. Since the law of the sacred mission is the same as that of the vegetation world, you are able immediately to understand this essential function. One difference is that the plant gets its nourishment from the soil while the animal gets his food from the plants or from another animal, itself fed by plants. Even though it would seem that humus has nothing to do with the animal world, it really does. Humus can have a direct or indirect influence on the health of man or animal. The direct effect is that the animal quickly recognizes that the humus, which is the ideal element conductive of electricity, is a natural transmitter of well-being for them, and they feel very much at ease in its medium. Indirectly, the humus having been the source for the natural nutritive equilibrium of the fruits of plants, permits the animal to be fed a food that is in itself alive. Each pointed part on the body of the animals plays, in the same manner as the points of the leaves, the role of a small lightning rod. That is why nature has wanted to give animals hair or feathers. Primarily, it acts as a protective cover to the body of the animals, while acting symbiotically as an electric conductor. Notice that a cow left in a stable with a more limited conduction of electricity due to the insulating effect of the building is usually cold and chilly. But this same cow in the fields under the same weather condition, and it is quite comfortable. The cold nights and are bearable. The chickens, isolated by their co-op, need to be covered and protected. The quail in the wild have equal happiness in winter as in summer, without covering, without special lodging. It is reasonable to assume that the hairs and their points accumulate and transmit to the earth through their feet and the currents of conduction. The under parts of the bodies of animals are usually not covered with as many points as the upper portion. There is less of a need for the upper part to capture electricity. This applies to birds as well. The need for the leading of electricity is from the top down to the feet, which transmit it then into the earth. The same is true with a house. The lightning rods are on the top and the ground wires are on the bottom. You have probably noticed the impudent nudity of the behinds of many monkeys. You might have been shocked by this ugliness, but it illustrates here a perfectly logical disposition. The sitting position is that of rest for these animals. The nudity of their behind can only favor their role in the conduction currents passing from the atmosphere through their body and transmitted to the earth by a perfect grounding contact. Man, despite his having degenerated, of which I will talk about soon, has his hairs mostly on the front of the body: eyebrows, eyelashes, mustache, beard, chest hair, back hair, pubis, everything is in the front. Man usually sleeps on his back, and his recuperative powers are enhanced by the hairs capturing the electricity and permitting this accumulated beneficial power to pass through him to then be ground through the skin of his back portion. This lets him accomplish his sacred mission. If standing, does the hair on his head have the lightning rod effect? All of this indicates that nature is well organized. It lets life, where life is allowed to play its role in nature. I will cite you some example of this occurring. If you are alert, you will find some ideas on your own, and then transmit these ideas to your children. They will find many more, because children are more observing than adults, and are more observing than adults are, and less prejudiced to negative arguments on the subject. I'll be back.